5 players that could swing the season for the New York Football Giants. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate you being here. I wanted to come up with a video that was a little bit different than X Factors, a little bit different than Most Important. I guess what I'm trying to say is if these 5 players play up to expectations or surpass expectations, this Giants team is going to be a lot better than the odds makers think as they have their win total set at 5.5. Are you ready for the Giants season? We are less than 100 days away from kickoff week 1 against the Washington Commanders. If you're ready, hit that thumbs up icon. Yo, what's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Let's dive into it. And I think that this is the easiest one. And he might just be the most important player on this football team. And that's your starting left tackle, former All-Pro left tackle, Andrew Thomas. If Andrew Thomas plays 17 games this year, I can guarantee they're going to win more than 5 games. I can guarantee you that. He has to stay healthy. Played 6 games last year. He was clearly hobbled in some of those games as well, most notably the last one against Cincinnati Bengals when Trey Hendrickson got the better of him and gave up 2 sacks in that game. We have seen too many times when Andrew Thomas goes down, the Giants' season falls off the rails. If he cannot stay healthy, the Giants are going to be in trouble. Like, he's missed too much time too often. There's no faking the funk. 2022, best season of his career. And the Giants had the best season in his career. Like, that's why. Look at the numbers between when Daniel Jones played with Andrew Thomas and when he did not. When you're a quarterback and you know your left tackle has your blind side protected, you're able to take another second. You're able to think more clearly. You're able to process, and you're not thinking about when is that defensive end going to come crack my skull. The Giants went out and they made moves to find themselves in a better situation if Andrew Thomas gets hurt. They went out and they signed James Hudson III, the swing tackle from the Cleveland Browns last year. They went out and they signed Stone Forsythe, the swing tackle for the Seattle Seahawks. They went out and drafted Marcus Bowe in round 5. And you have Evan Neal. Jermaine Illuminor can also bounce over to left tackle if needed. But nobody's 78. Nobody can fill the shoes that Andrew Thomas does. And if he stays healthy, the Giants are going to benefit drastically. If he gets hurt, you're going to be needing to look for a new left tackle. Because smart, he is smart. Tough, he's tough. But you got to be dependable. And if you get hurt 2 years in a row, 3 years in a row, 4 out of 5 years, Giants have no choice but to go look to find your replacement. Andrew Thomas stays healthy, we're going to be in a damn good spot. The next one's Russell Wilson, like left tackle quarterback. That's what wins in this league. Head coach, GM, quarterback, left tackle. That's what the league is. That's what the league is. And the Giants went from the worst quarterback room I had ever seen with Daniel Jones, Drew Lock, Tommy DeVito, and who the hell is Tim Boyle, if you know, you know, to Russell Wilson, Jaxson Dart, and Jameis Winston. How much gas is left in the tank for Russell Wilson? Can we get the Russell Wilson that went 5-1 in his first 6 starts for the Steelers, where the Pittsburgh Steelers averaged 28.5 points per game, and Russ was slinging it for 270-plus yards a night, 10 touchdowns, just 5 turnover-worthy plays, and an EPA of 28.7? Or are we going to get the Russell Wilson that went 1-5 down the stretch? Why did he struggle down the stretch? The offensive line fell apart. The receivers got hurt. And the meat of the Steelers' schedule was week 14 to week 18, and they got smoked in the playoffs. If you just take what Russell Wilson did last year in the 10 or so games he played, and you scale that out over a 17-game season, 3,800 yards, 225 yards per game, 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. If the Giants get that out of Russell Wilson, they could push for 6, 7, 8 wins, in my opinion. And I think he could be even better than that. Malik Neighbors is better than George Pickens. Andrew Thomas is better than any offensive lineman the Pittsburgh Steelers had. The duo of running backs the Giants had might be able to go toe-to-toe with the running back duo that Pittsburgh had. You could argue that there's a better offense around Russell Wilson this year than it was in Pittsburgh. I'm also going to take Brian Dable and Mike Kafka over the play callers that Pittsburgh had. Arthur Smith, the former play caller, and wasn't he the head coach for the Tennessee Titans as well? Atlanta? No, he was with Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill, right? Yeah, Arthur Smith. Ryan Tannehill. You need Russell Wilson to be good. I don't need him to be great. I just need him to be good. And I think there's an environment here that could get the best out of what is left out of him. The next player I'm looking at that if he plays who he is supposed to be, this defense could be top 10. That's Deonte Banks, man. That's a first-round corner. That's a guy that you traded up for in round 1. You need him to play like a serviceable corner. At times in year 1, he looked serviceable. Times in year 2, he looked unplayable. And it's more than just talent for me with him. The effort he showcased at times infuriated me. He didn't chase CeeDee Lamb that one time. He didn't chase the quarterback running out of bounds later on in the season. He's got to be better. He hasn't been great in the NFL. The PFF coverage grade suggests that. 48.6 his rookie year, 50.3 his second year. Yeah, he allowed a receiving catch percentage of 57.6 his rookie year. That ballooned up to 67 his second year. He allowed 644 yards in year 1, 689 yards in year 2. The NFL passer rating allowed in 2024 was 124.7. That goes up to 158.3 perfectly. He needs to be better. He has to be better. And I am hoping, I am praying, and I am convincing myself that him going from wide receiver 1, that has to travel to guard CeeDee Lamb, that has to travel to cover A.J. Brown, that has to travel and cover Terry McLaurin, moving to CB2 with Paulson Adebo now assuming those responsibilities, he'll have a little bit more success. Maybe I'm telling myself that so I could sleep better at night. But if Deonte Banks can play even close to the player we thought we were getting in year 1, the guy that had a monster game on Monday Night Football against the Green Bay Packers, if Banks can play like a serviceable CB2 with Adebo, Banks, Holland, Nubin, and every beast you have on the defensive line, this could legitimately be a top 5 defense. And if you have a top 5 defense, you're going to win football games in the NFL. How many games are they going to win before Jaxson Dart is your quarterback? That's another question. You can get his jersey today going to chatsports.com/dart. chatsports.com/dart. Get your jersey today. That link will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. I'm going to stay on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm going to go to Bobby Okereke. Will the real Bobby Okereke please stand up? Will the real Bobby Okereke please stand up? Are we going to get the 2023 Okereke, or are we going to get the 2024 Okereke? He's still just 28 years old. There is plenty enough tread left on those tires. He has to find a way to be an impact player in the Shane Bowen defense. Sure, he may have fit what Wink Martindale did a little bit more. But, man, you were so much better in 2023 than you were in 2024. The effort that he showed in 2024, I thought was laughable at times. 104, just give me the guy you were in 2023. 150 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 2 INTs, 10 pass breakups, 4 forced fumbles, 82.5 coverage grade. If Bobby Okereke can play at that level, you are loaded on defense. Absolutely loaded. Without a doubt, would have the best front 7 in all of the National Football League. He is a swing player for me. If he doesn't play well, his Giants defense isn't going to live up to what we expect. If he plays like he's supposed to play, the guy that got 4 years and $50 million or whatever it was, you're going to be really happy with this defense. I need the 2023 Bobby Okereke back in the building. There's been some talk that he's fallen out of favor with the coaching staff in the front office. I'll tell you this much. If Okereke plays like he did in 2024 and 2025, he'll be cut at the end of the year. How bad do you want to be a Giant? And how bad do you want to earn the rest of that contract? We're counting on you, man. We got your buddy Paulson Adebo here now, former college teammate. We need you to show up, and we need you to show out. The last swing player, X Factor, Evan Neal. I could put so many players on this list, and I could probably put 5 more players on this list. What happens if Evan Neal becomes your starting right guard and he's Mekhi Becton? What if he has the Mekhi Becton season this year that he had last year from the Eagles? Similar pass, right tackles, didn't live up to the hype. Becton more code so because he's just lazy and fat. Evan Neal more so fundamentals. You bounce into right guard and you're just a road paver. You're a guy that moves people. You're an impact run blocker, and you're able to hold it down in the passing game as well. I like Greg Van Roten as a veteran, as a locker room guy. I love him as a backup center and a right guard. I don't know if I love him as my starting guard. I almost want to just give Evan Neal a shot because why not? Why not? Like, it's a lot easier to ruin the season at right tackle than right guard. And I know, like, the easy thing to say is, oh, you're bad at tackle, we'll just switch to guard and you're going to be good. No, it's not always how it works out. And if that is how it worked out, there'd be a lot more great guards in this league. And there's not a lot of great guards in this league. But if Evan Neal can become a long-term starter for this team at right guard, that is going to pay huge dividends, not only this year, but next year. So those are my 5 guys that I think can impact the season the most if they go ahead and play above what they are expected to do. If you have a player that you think is a swing player, give me a name of that player down in the comment section. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram, @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there, and let's go Big Blue.